Hi everyone, this is Sam from Booredatwork.com, and right now we have the Galaxy S6 Edge, from Samsung. Now I'm going to pop this open, and we're going to show you a few of the features that have actually changed here. Now, overall, Samsung has gone ahead and really updated a lot of the user experience of the new TouchWiz, right? So it's basically pared it down and tried to streamline it, and in my opinion, it's really brought it in line with a lot of the material design fundamentals from Google. So let's do something here. We're going to pop up Messenger just to show you why I think so. The colors are a lot more vibrant. You can see it's clearly the orangey color, the orange color that you see here, indicating that it's a Messenger app. And it's fluid given because we have an improved processor in there and also a pared down UI, but you can also see that it very clearly states who you're talking with and who your favorites are right up top. So I can go ahead, and if I want to text anyone, I can basically just go ahead and pick someone from my favorites, and I can add people. Oh, I'm making a call. I'm going to hang up right there, but we'll go into that in a second. So basically, I can call anyone or just pick whoever I want. Let's say I want to add someone. I'm going to just hit that plus button and pick from any one of my contacts here. This Chris looks interesting. Chris is a nice guy. Let's try Cody. Looks like a nice lady. And we're going to add these both to our contact list. And I'm just going to hit done. And they show up right there. Pretty intuitive, right? Now, if you remember on the last version of TouchWiz, we had the squares for the contact images. Now we have circles. It makes it look a lot more, really more like the material design from Google. So they're really trying to bring the design elements in line with the overall Android philosophy. So that's a really big win from Samsung on the user experience side. Now, let's basically show you the call again. This looks very similar to what you have when you have a Hangout call. It's basically doing a simulated call. It's not really happening right now, but you're calling someone, you have the image, you have the name, and you have the red call button. The call's over, and that's about it. Now I'm going to get out of this app. What else can we look at that actually illustrates, the difference between the prior version of TouchWiz and this version? The camera. The camera is a really big change, right? Right off the bat, you can see that the camera, you see more of the picture you're taking rather than just options, right? So what happens if I want more effects on here, more filters on here? I can simply click over here, and without even creating a list, it basically pops up my options here and gives me the options to download. So I can cycle through all these right here, no effects. And if I decide I want no pervasive UI on here, close that up, and it's really clean. So Samsung is really trying to pare down its user experience to basically not the bare minimum, but the most intuitive and the most easy to use. So right there, one thing you would also notice is instead of just having the icons over there, Samsung now includes, along with the icons, it now includes text. So what is that icon over there? And it says off right there. Oh, it's now auto. So basically what phase you are when with your flash. Now over here you have a timer, and over here you have your HDR. Over here you have your effects. So it's listed right off the bat of exactly what you can use right off the bat. So I'm going to basically minimize that, and it tells you exactly what your selections are here. I'm going to hit mode, and there you go. You no longer have to scroll to get your mode. You now have your modes presented to you as icons. Another big step away from the prior version of TouchWiz to this newer version. And this is actually pretty nice. So we'll go back. And overall, this is a more fluid experience. As we've shown you before in prior videos, we've shown you the fact that you now have a more pared down UI from the prior version, and we've basically highlighted how Samsung is really doing more to bring the design in line with Google. I'm going to pop up the email, and you can see right off the bat what email client does this look similar to. You no longer have icons showing you things. You now have simply inbox is labeled inbox, search is no longer a search glass, and more is no longer just the 3 dots, but rather more. So you know how to use the user interface. Once again, simplicity and usability seems to be the focus of the Samsung UX and the Samsung UI. Now, overall, This is amazing, and I think you guys are really going to love it once you get your hands on it. This is the Edge, but the same thing applies. Most of what we just mentioned applies to the S6. Now let me show you a few things that are unique to the Edge. Now, unlike the prior use of the curved display on the Galaxy Note 4 or the Note 4 Edge, the UI is the same for everything, so you don't have a different UI on the Edge. Now, if I wanted to see who my favorite contacts were, I can simply pull from there, and we have my favorite contacts. Now, pay attention to the circles around each one of these contacts, because this plays a major part in one of the new features of the Galaxy S6 Edge. Now, I'm going to basically get rid of this, and I'm basically going to go in here next and look for the demo. I want to show you what happens when someone actually calls me. So we'll take someone with a blue circle around them. We'll call, and while it's calling, I'll place the phone down. So I'm not looking at my phone, but what happens here is you see that light that you can see over there? That indicates exactly who is calling you. When you get a call, your phone's down, you're from one of your favorite contacts. It basically lights up and shows you that the person is calling by illuminating the edge of the phone, which I think is a very, very useful feature. What else do you get here? If you just missed a call, you don't have to go through your menus looking for exactly who's called you. What you do is you slide, and it tells you missed a call or a text. Missed call from Louisa Johnson. All right, I've seen the missed call. I can either choose to text her or call her back or get rid of that. Now, another feature you can use the Edge with is simply when I close this, I can just roll my finger on here, and it brings up a notification panel, which I can actually scroll through. Now, if I want to see any one of these notifications, if I want to see more of the notification, like what I believe is the weather on some of this. Okay, let's look for the weather here. All right, let's just go to Twitter. Click on this, and it tells me where do I want to open it with. And boom, it goes to Twitter and launches the Twitter page. It probably isn't going to because I'm not logged in. It launches a default page over here. So that's pretty great. Now, overall, this is a really usable device. If you're really interested in the features of the S6 Edge, I would really encourage you to get your hands on one and actually see what it has to offer. Overall, Samsung has done a great job with the user experience and with the functionality over prior iterations of this device. Once again, this is Sam for Booredatwork.com. As always, enjoy your entertainment.